Wagwan, everybody. Thank you for joining us on Rum Earth 6th episode. Today, I have a special for you. We will be doing Jamaica's national dish, Ackee and Saltfish. The ingredients are ackee, saltfish, onions, green bell pepper, red bell pepper, thyme, pimento seed, garlic, tomato, black pepper, scotch bonnet pepper. All right, guys, so now we are going to scald off the saltfish. If it is still too salt, then you can boil it off for the third time. But if it is just the right amount, you still don't want to boil it too much or scald it too much so all the salt get out of it, because that's the salt you're going to need to flavor your ackee and the rest of your seasonings. Now is the perfect time to throw off this water off your saltfish and get some fresh water, because we don't want it to start boil up and then all of the salt go back into the saltfish. So let's change it. You see the saltfish did look big and pretty. You see when you scald off the saltfish, look how it shrink. It's like, come like say just for flavor, nothing yam. When you use hot water, it keep the same texture of the saltfish, because sometimes when you add cold water to hot food or hot things, it just change the texture. Either make it get tough, it tighten it, it does something to it. But this is just my preference, totally up to you. So you just make that scald off your saltfish one more time. When that ready, we're ready for debone or pick up our saltfish. Me say every time you boil a saltfish, it shrink. Look there, guys. Me tell you, say I just flavor alone this fine now. Cause when we're done, we not see no meat. I lie. We call this pick up a saltfish now. You know, just want to mash up everything. You kind of want to look through it good to make sure there is no bones, or if there's any bone, you remove all of that. Right? And you don't want your saltfish to be too small, because when you're eating it, you actually want to taste the saltfish. You know, you can chew the saltfish. Pick up your saltfish method. Some people like them saltfish fine all the way so it blend in with the ackee. But for me, I like to taste my saltfish nice and fleshy. This are go nice. When you're done, you always take piece of the saltfish and taste it, because or if you pick up saltfish and not taste piece of saltfish, you can't do that. You have to taste piece of saltfish. You normally do that before to test if the saltfish has the right amount of salt, or if you need to boil it off some more. In an ackee season, ackee coming like the planting of a side. Because whether you eat dumpling, rice and peas, anything, ackee I go on the side, because you know the right 3 years. So once it's the season, we are eating with every and anything. Another thing I love with ackee, it is so versatile. You can pair it with chicken back, ackee and fried chicken back. You ever taste that? That's sweet. Ackee and corn pork. Love me some ackee and corn pork. Ackee and saltfish, the classic, definitely. Also, if you're vegetarian or vegan, ackee is a fruit. You know, you just season it up with your spices and vegetables and herb, and you're good to go. Ackee, nice. Tomato sometimes can be overpowering, and you don't want it to really change the flavor of the ackee and saltfish. So the tomato is totally up to you if you want to use it, if you don't mind. Me using tomato in ackee and saltfish, I really do love the color it adds. Sometimes when me use it, me even try if get out the seed and just use like the outer part. Nice little pop. Them always run from me now. As you know, we're preparing ackee and saltfish, Jamaica's national dish. You're probably wondering, what is ackee? Well, ackee is a fruit. Once you plant it, it grows in a big tree. It looks like that right there. In our yard, we used to have an ackee tree. Once you see that ackee start pop out on the tree, everybody start watch it. Now we used to have a line stick. So anytime that ackee start open up, we always go and make sure we use with line stick and juke off the ackee them, because if you not do that, you see next morning when you come out, there is no ackee on the tree. I don't know if when a ackee time, the neighbors them or whosoever start circle the yard, and early a morning them come out and they make sure say them a get ackee, because everybody a eat ackee. Even if I know for them tree, just know say the tree now go have no ackee on it the next day once it start open up.
Okay, guys, so with this dish today, we will be using fried dumpling as a side. I do have a full tutorial that I will be dropping, so be on the lookout for that. I also have a tutorial on how to make boiled dumpling, so you want to check out the channel for that as well. Make sure when you throw off the water off your ackee, you give it a nice little rinse before you do anything else.
Now, the first thing we want to add is our onions, garlic, scallion, thyme, pimento seed. Stir it up. Another thing you want to make sure, if you have a tree in your yard, you have to wait until the ackee start opening up like a flower. If you pick the ackee before time, it can be fatal or poisonous, especially if it's not prepared correctly. So once it open, you're good to go. But if not, don't. Nothing like the smell of onions, garlic, scallion, and thyme. All that flavor, you just want all of that to just sweat out. And another thing I like to do when I'm doing that is just add a little bit of black pepper. Not a lot. You're going to see how that brings out the flavor of everything. What I do love to do is season layer by layer. As soon as I add something, you add a little bit of season to it. Just make sure your fire is on low, just so everything can caramelize and come together. Once the onions get a little bit soft, a little translucent, then you add your peppers and tomato. A little bit more black pepper. After that is going, now is the time when you would add the saltfish. This. And once more, as I said, layer by layer, a little bit more black pepper. Now the saltfish is already salt, so you know right now it's going to give that flavor to the onion and peppers and tomato with that saltiness. So all you need to do is make sure you stir occasionally, okay? Guys, this smells so good right now. Every time I talk about them, I always just get this big smile on my face. So when it comes to home cooking, I'm mom with that. Every food we cook in the yard, I mostly mom cook, because daddy is a chef, so you know him cook at work. Now, when a ackee time, guys, once we pick the ackee, right? It has this black seed in it where you have to turn and pull out. And when you open it, you see like a little pinkish, reddish thing. You have to make sure you take that out. So from me young, me learn how to clean up ackee and all of them something. When we do that, mama we always tell me say, make sure you pick the ackee and wash the ackee good and everything. So she are the one who normally cook the ackee, make me know if you cook ackee, cut up your seasoning, boil off your saltfish or scald off your saltfish. Any little thing when me learn, big up mom if you teach me how to cook ackee and saltfish, or me just watch her and see how she do it. Because every time you cook, you learn something new or you do something different. So it's always good to pay attention, guys. Now it's time to add the ackee. That is it. And you just give that a nice stir. Remember when you're stirring ackee, you don't want it to be mashed too much. So you just take from the bottom and you just stir. You have to be careful. And now black pepper. Then you add your pepper. Ooh, there it is. If you want, you can chop your pepper up. For me, I'll just let it stay right there so all of that flavor can just go while it is cooking down. Like that. Keep it on a nice little low flame. And then we're gonna cover that. Alright, you see me now, I don't really trust the plant them, so as me see them start brown up look a bit, me just turn them because I'm not able. Me not able, me just start turn them as me see them start brown up. There it is. You can just look on them here. I just know say them sweet. Look them man. No, wish I could have grabbed it out of the phone here now. Me know. Take on eye off of the plant them, okay? Alright guys. Let's see what we got going on. Nice little story, I know. If not ackee no day in my yard when ackee season, my favorite place to go and get ackee, you would call it like at a mom and pop or a corner shop, is in the bus park. No. Bus park a morning time where they are go work or go school, them have like the tastiest, nicest set of breakfast. Whether brown stew chicken, ackee and saltfish, salt mackerel, anything. The people them a bus park them can cook. Once the ackee time, me I go there so go get my ackee. And the best part about it, they don't only do it with saltfish, they do it with corn pork. Sometimes them do it with franks, especially the fried chicken back. So good. Guys, me don't know if them still have it, but when me used to be at Jamaica, the bus park, them used to have like the nicest set of breakfast. And you know my belly, guys. Me can function for hungry belly, So as early as the morning be, if me I make no quick errands, you have to get your food at the bus park. 10. Ready, we're ready, and now ackee and saltfish, man. Jamaica's national dish. Did you know that ackee originated from West Africa? Yes, all the way from Africa. And this is why I know that everything that we have, we are connected. Because even when I do my food post, you guys can relate and say, oh, we have that here or we cook that there, but you call it something else. So thank you guys for sharing that with me because I learn a lot from you as much as you guys learn from me. Just have mercy. Guys, what? Motor run like a river and this is mine. Can you imagine? My mouth run like a river and this is mine. I want to think, like, how did I do though? Nice plant, man. Nice fried dumpling and ackee and saltfish. Once ackee seasoning, guys, ackee feed days a hotel. Foreigners are people who don't used to ackee. The first thing them probably say look like scrambled egg. It looks like scrambled egg, which sometimes it is true, especially if you don't have enough colors in it, like the sweet pepper green or like look a tomato, look a black pepper. It kind of look like that. And worse, it have a little creamy, soft texture in the appearance. That's what it look like. But when you taste it, you don't taste not like that. All right. Also, me feel like because they cook in a bulk in the hotel, then probably use a lot of canned ackee because you have to mass produce that. Man, country on the outside, soft on the inside. You know see this though? Me don't know if you know see this. Mm, mm, mm. No, hold on, I forget my reaction with this. Hold on, we can't even wait. Guys, me know something done with me. No reaction and nothing, so me just dive in at the food. We could even wait. Alright, we could do it. When I eat fried dumpling, me don't know who eat fried dumpling with fat, but fried dumpling is finger food. Okay? So make sure so we get up some ackee, some saltfish with it. Everything. Anything one you can catch. If you can catch sweet pepper, onion, and everything you catch, you put pan it. Sit there, and now you eat. Mhm. If I know me and go through right now. Everything for me, guys, it is so good. Some canned food, never say no. Never say no because when you don't have the opportunity to get where you want, you have to work with what you have, right? Right. Now the plan. Mm. When I look on this, I just see sweetness all over it. Mm. Guys, I see when I cut the period, my heart a beat fast. My heart a beat fast because every time I cut a period, while, but God is good. God is good. You see all this? With piece of dumpling, if I pure and fried dumpling, no. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right now, come like it's a whole mukbang going on. It's a whole mukbang going on. To have the opportunity to try this. Make yourself some ackee and saltfish this week. You hear me? This week cannot pass. If you have the one in your yard, that is a luxury. Big up you. Me kind of jealous, but it's okay. If you have the can one, that's good too. Once you just follow the steps on how to prepare it, you're good to go. How about when you cook a nice home cooked meal, especially one of your favorite dishes? If you haven't get the chance to try it, feel free to use this recipe. You can have your ackee and saltfish with fried dumpling or the boiled dumpling. I did make a boiled dumpling dough recipe. You could check that out as well. You can have it with rice. You can have it with bread. Just about anything. Guys, I must tell you that I appreciate the feedback. Everybody that has been liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I see you. I try to reply to all of them, and trust me, on a comment, it really melt my heart. Me not tell a lie. I live for the comments, guys. As in the case, me try go through all of them. Every single comment on the page. If me not get to respond, me acknowledge it. I give it a heart. Once me get some free time, me go back and me reply to everybody. Oh, don't know that. Oh, don't say it for yourself. I do appreciate it because I know sometimes it take a long time to really put what I have to say in words, and people not just go and just leave comment by anybody things. So I know say it is very personal and I mean a lot to share with me, and I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Once again, thank you for supporting my journey. We've made it to 150K subscribers. Uno angle dati, man. Uno angle triangle dati. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. Big up on yourself. Love all one. Bye!